Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I thought we would add another category to my favorite top 5. I believe I've done blush, bronzer, and highlight, and today we are going to be talking about my top 5 foundations. I've kind of been putting this one on hold just because I've got a lot of foundations that I've been trying to rotate through to really grasp which ones are actually my favorite, and I think I found the 5. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. Before we begin, I just have to put a disclaimer in here that I am a full coverage person, medium to full coverage person, just because I have very red skin and I really like to cover that up. So 4 out of the 5 foundations that I have selected are full coverage, and even the 5th one, it covers up the redness pretty well. So if you're looking into like major skin tints or very light coverage, there aren't any of these in here, just because my preferences are to cover up the redness on my face and to give me that full coverage look. So to begin, we're going to start with the lightest coverage, and this is the Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. I know this is more of a recent product on the market, like I think it only came out this past summer, but it's one of my favorites, and it is my favorite tinted moisturizer. It still covers up the redness in my cheeks. It's a very glowy base, and it lasts very, very nicely. And I have more oily skin, and this doesn't leave me more oily throughout the day. Like, I don't get super shiny in my T-zone like I do with some other tinted moisturizers. This one's just really nice, even though it does have that glow within it. For a tinted moisturizer, it is by far my favorite, and it's really good foundation too. Again, it covers the redness in my cheeks, but it lasts all day. It doesn't cake on any dry patches, and it doesn't leave any weird texture-based things. So it is one of my favorites. Now we're going to start moving into fuller coverage foundations. I think the next step to a fuller coverage foundation is going to be this one. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I think it's the next step up from the tinted moisturizer, is why we're going in this order, trying to do it from like least coverage to most coverage, but I mean they're all pretty full coverage. But the Shiseido foundation here is amazing. I do have it on my face today. I think the important part of this one is to really get a good color match, but other than that, it just applies so nicely. It instantly covers up the redness in my cheeks. It spreads around very nicely, and my goodness, it doesn't have the claim of self-setting, but you could just not powder your face and you would be set to go. You could go the whole day and your face would not budge. This foundation is so nice. It's oil-free, it's got SPF in it, which I really enjoy. But other than that, it's just really nice. It doesn't cling to any dry patches. I have like a permanent dry patch on my chin, so if a foundation doesn't stick in that spot, it's really good to me. But I also get some dry patches like right here on the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my forehead that I'm working on. But this one doesn't cling to any of those dry patches. It goes on so smoothly, and it lasts all day. I have definitely gone a 16-hour day with this, and it did not budge the whole time. It kept my oils at bay, and it was just phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorites. It also gives a really nice skin-like finish, which is really important to me. Okay, I think the next step up from the Shiseido coverage is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. This is going to be the 3rd one, and I love this one so much. I bought this like on a whim. I was just kind of scrolling through the Ulta website, and I was like, Allie Glines has talked about Dose of Colors. Maybe I'll try something from them. And I picked the foundation, and it quickly became a favorite. The color match is a little off, but that's okay. The downside of this one is it does stick to my chin dry spot, but it doesn't stick anywhere else. Like, it's fine around my nose and on my forehead, but it takes a while to actually get that kind of look. So I could probably go 8-9 hours before it starts to attach to that dry spot. So I'm okay with this one. I don't typically have those long of a days wearing makeup, but this one is really nice. It definitely is the full coverage. It covers up the redness very nicely. It applies very easily, and it gives a really good skin-like finish. I think if the shade match was a little bit better, this pulls a little bit more yellow on me than I actually am, so that's why it's a little off. But if it were a better shade match, I think it would just be phenomenal. I mean, it is phenomenal. It's in a favorites. The fourth foundation is from Estee Lauder. It is the Double Wear Foundation. I know this is a fan favorite from a lot of beauty influencers. I've seen this one around the block a few times, which is actually why I purchased it, because it was so highly recommended from so many different beauty influencers. That's why I picked it up. And I know now why everybody likes it. The only downside to me for this one is the applicator or the bottle. I really don't like that it's just a hole and you dump it out. I would much prefer a pump or a swipey thing like a doe foot applicator. Swipey thing. But aside from the actual bottle, this foundation is so nice. It has amazing coverage. It lasts a long time. It's very skin-like finish, which obviously is important to me because all of these foundations give that skin-like finish for me. But it doesn't crease. It doesn't like go into your smile lines. It doesn't attach to my dry patches. It doesn't do any of the bad things. And there's an obvious reason why it's such a fan favorite all around in the beauty community. My last foundation is probably my most used foundation. Because I have oily skin, I particularly like this one because it's a matte finish. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I wear this one for special occasions, weddings, graduation parties, if I just want to look phenomenal. I just love this one specifically because it's got that matte foundation, so I know when I start my makeup day that at the end of the makeup day, I won't have any shininess. I am an oily person, so my forehead in particular gets really shiny, and on the sides of my nose and down by my chin. And I just know with this one, at the end of the day, however long I go, I won't have any sort of shininess because this is a matte foundation. I also really enjoy this one because it doesn't attach to any dry spots. It doesn't do any of the bad things. It doesn't crease. It just leaves a very skin-like finish. It applies super easily. And a perk for me is that it smells really good. It's got the infused with peach and sweet fig milk. I really like the smell of it. None of that irritates my skin. This is definitely my go-to for just special occasions, just when I want to feel like really good about myself. I really want to feel beautiful, and this is the one I reach for. So those are my favorite foundations. Again, the gist of it is they all are full coverage. They all apply phenomenally. Most of them don't attach to any like dry areas. Most of them will keep my oils at bay, and they all leave me with a very skin-like finish, and they work very well with a bunch of different products. I can always layer on the makeup, and I'm not going to have any issues because of any of these foundations, which makes me very happy. So I would love to hear what some of your favorite foundations are. If you have any recommendations, I'm always looking around, and I would love to try some of your favorites as well. Other than that though, this is all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and let me know that you liked it. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.